I have some stuff that I want to try and talk about that's hard for me to talk about. I think because I can't just turn this camera on and start talking about it. I have to talk about talking about it, apparently. It's hard to talk about. I've been carrying around the same thing for 17 years. This thing that killed me. I thought I was dead. Of course, I'm speaking in metaphor. That's what I'm saying. This is why it's hard to talk about. Because it's crazy. So in the book that I wrote about it, I say that this dark thing came into my body. This powerful entity of darkness, of malevolence and hatred and rage and pain and fear and sadness, and that it was a thing, and that it came out of someone else's body and into my body because I let it, to show this person that love was a real thing. And that was the only way to do it. And that's crazy. It's crazy that I did that. "17 years ago. I wrote a book about it. I spent 4 years writing a book about it, and I built towards that book for 9 years before I got to it. And I knew the whole time that's what my whole life was. You say you're think free spirit, and I'm like, no, I'm following this chain that I'm on. I don't have choices. This is hard to talk about. I said, let's do it. I'll love you. I do love you. I will love you. And we'll find a way to get you out of this darkness. Get this dark thing that's killing you out of you. I said it because I knew it was true. I knew I could do it. And when the blow came, I saw that I had known that it was coming. I had known for a while that it was coming. That I wasn't surprised, and that I'd known the whole time, probably, that it was coming. I don't know how to describe that moment. Yeah, I knew that I had agreed to take this burden on from the moment I said, let's do it. That it would come. And here it was. And I saw it, and I knew it, and I still... I've never had a moment like it in the rest of my entire life, and I hope to never have one again. You know you're about to die. When you die. And what I still... Why does it hurt so much? Why does betrayal hurt so much? The breaking of the bond of trust. It's so hard to describe. That's why I wrote a stupid book about it. A beautiful book about it. I had to fight myself to write. I don't know how to say that I felt obligated to tell this story. That I felt like I didn't have a choice. That what I had learned in this experiment that this person and I conducted in love, and the results of that experiment needed to be broadcast to the world. I don't know how else to say it. It was such a struggle. I'm gonna read this. This is so hard for me to do. I feel like I'm saying this stuff and it sounds empty and hollow and fake and stupid and unreal and meaningless and self-serving and solipsistic. And then I'm wasting my time, and I'm wasting your time, and I'm wasting the world's time, and I'm squandering my gift. And I don't have a gift to begin with. I'm just an empty piece of shit. Oh God, I feel it rising up from the pool and I can't stop it. It breaks the surface and floods my body, fills my mouth and eyes. She'd booked a room, a small place on the coast, the beach. Not just any room, the honeymoon suite. The last 3 days. Already it had been so hard to control myself, to contain myself, and then we're getting ready to go there and she's showing me photos on the website saying, "Doesn't it look nice? It's the honeymoon suite." We're in the ocean, in the water, kissing. She's pushing me away, telling me how she and Matthew want so much for me to find somebody. And the words are nothing to me, less than nothing to me. She's in my arms in the water saying these words that go into the fire that is in my whole body now, and the words burn up and away. There's a bathtub in the room and she gets into the bath and her naked body is the only thing in the world anymore that I can feel or see. I can't not go to her as she rises, dripping wet. Can't not take her to the bed and she can't try to push me away. I press my face between her thighs and drink the taste of her in a fever until the orgasm takes her body, and then she is gone. She is in a corner huddled, sobbing. What it makes me feel, I don't know how to say what it makes me feel, except that I find I have fallen to my knees before God and I am asking God aloud, if I am this horrible thing that I feel, is this what I truly am, God, this horrible, empty thing that I feel? And then she is next to me saying no, no, and what I hear is God answering, no. But I know it is still a thing that I have done. The next day we are leaving and she is so tender with me. She looks in my eyes and looks in my eyes and sighs with longing, and I am lost in it. I have been so alone. But I am also not lost in it. I do not forget the way I felt on my knees before God. I do not forget anything, and I see what is coming. As the plane flies, she grows colder and colder. The closer we get to San Francisco, she grows colder and colder. Matthew picks us up and drives us. We sit in her room and Matthew looks at us and I see that she cannot speak a word, and I find the strength inside somewhere because I have to, and I look at him and say, "Matthew," and I tell him everything. Later I lie in the dark wondering and feel God with me without calling it God. In the morning it is Matthew and I having coffee somewhere, and God is in my heart, and I say things to him that I have never said to anyone before and that I will never say to anyone ever again. And then I leave, and then I leave them, and I am alone with it, with everything, and I know that I am very far from the end. It dies away then, lets go of my body, and I feel myself floating for a moment, before like a curtain the darkness swiftly descends. I went through a lot. Fighting for love, I went through a lot. That's enough for now.